You're listening to Fish Grow Plants, a podcast all about practicing and sharing the love of aquaponics, hosted by Logan Schoolcraft.
Hello and welcome to Fish Grow Plants. Today's episode is all about 3 simple questions you must answer before you get started with aquaponics. What do you want? Why do you want it? How many ways can you get it? In short, those are the 3 questions. If you'd like them even shorter, just ask what, why, how. I'm not trying to be smart with you here, but by answering these questions before you get started, you will arm yourself with an objective or outcome and a purpose to guide you toward that outcome. Does this sound strange? Well, it did to me. At least it sounded overly simplified, but maybe that's where the power in it comes from. A little background here. I stumbled upon Tony Robbins' work a while back, and I have to say I'm not the same person anymore, in a good way. But one of his topics is time or life management, and his approach called RPM, short for Results, Purpose, or Massive Action Plan. I encourage you to take a look at what he has to offer, but for this episode, we're going to stick with just a taste of what I learned there. So, why am I asking you to answer these questions? Simple. Direction. If you have no clue what you want, how will you know if you ever get it? I think there's a similar line in Alice in Wonderland where the cat tells Alice about not knowing where you're going. But we want to know where we're going. It's like getting in your car all juiced up to drive and then it hits you. You have no clue where you're going. I want to help you know where you're going. So when you get in that car or start that aquaponic project, you know exactly where you're headed. Granted, you might not know if there's construction along the path or if a wreck might happen. Heck, you might even get caught in bad weather. But it's all okay. If you know where you're going, all these other things are not enough reason to derail you. They won't even have you giving up saying it can't be done. Think of it like this. If you knew you were going to go to Grandma's house for the weekend, would she be okay with you calling her back saying, "Sorry, Grandma, the car was low on gas, there was rain on the interstate, and I think they were doing construction near your house, so I just gave up. It was too hard to find your house with all that stuff going on." No! She and I both would tell you to fill the car up, use your wipers, and drive a little slower, and take the side road to avoid the construction. In short, there are many ways to get to our house, and as long as you know you want to get there and why you want to get there, you can. Okay, let's put this into practice. Step number 1, ask, what do I want? Specifically, what is my ultimate result, outcome, end goal, or final process? Be as specific as you can here. Be as measurable as you can here. And be as childlike as you can here. In other words, dream big, but make it specific and measurable. Dream big to keep it juicy and worthwhile, so that inner kid will approve as well. Be specific so your mind has a clear target and knows exactly what it needs to find, get, and put together. Make sure it's measurable, in common terms, so there's a metric or a scale to know when you've achieved your result and how much progress you've made toward reaching it. Okay, I know that's a lot of words. Try this. Find a comfortable chair, close your eyes, and picture the answer. Think of it like a dream where you can make everything you want up. Get creative, get specific, and get happy. When you have that picture in your mind, open your eyes and quickly write down what you pictured. Don't worry if it's not perfect. If you have a few minutes, do it now. Okay, step number 2, ask, why do I want it? What is my purpose for going after this goal or starting this project? If you're like I was the first time, you might be a little stumped. Don't worry, it's okay. I like to think of how the answer to question number 1 will make me feel. Will I be happy? Will I be proud? Will it let me connect and share with others? These are some starting questions to get my mind going. The reality is that this question is very personal. It relates to how fulfilled you will feel during and after the project. There are no real wrong answers here, although I would offer a word of caution. If you feel negative or nothing, it may be a clue that your goal or project may not fulfill you, and you may want to retool the project or scrap it altogether. I'm assuming that if you created your own goal from step 1, you actually want to do the project. So, for a little help here, get back in that comfy chair and close your eyes. When you picture your end result, how do you feel? What emotions are running through you? Are you feeling energized and empowered? How about relaxed, happy, at peace? Again, there are no wrong answers here. So when you get that feeling, open your eyes and write down the answer to why I want it. Okay, step number 3, ask, how many ways can I get it? For most people, this sort of step is the one they start with when they begin a project. But if they were like I was, they only ask, how can I get this? Not, how many ways can I get this? There's a difference. The first implies there's only one way, while the second implies there are many. It's a slight distinction, but a strong one. Knowing you have many ways to, quote, slay the dragon sounds better than, quote, slay the dragon. For this section, pull out your creative cap and start scribbling away. And don't judge the possibilities. You're brainstorming here, so you want to get as many ideas down as you can without assessing them. So, ask questions, draw pictures, sketch flow diagrams, think of people who can help you. Think of books, courses, places, and equipment that can help you. When you think you've listed all you can, maybe ask, what else do I need? Am I missing something here? What would make this even better? How could I do this with some friends and have some fun? If I get stuck, who can I ask for help? Where can I go for help? When you're done writing, sit back and smile. Okay, that's something I do, but it feels good and I recommend it. So you just answered the 3 most important questions you need to answer before starting down the road to your aquaponic adventure. Congratulations. Again, I hope you took the time or will take the time to go through those 3 simple questions and give yourself the gift of clarity and direction. It's an amazing tool that you always have with you and can pull out to reassess at any time you need to. But I know that an example is usually much more effective, so I'm going to walk you through one now. We need an example, something that will make sense and be relatable to clarify these 3 questions. To walk through these steps, I'll use the example of something I have not done, but I want to do so you can see the process as I do it. I hope. Okay, here we go. What do I want? What is my ultimate result, outcome, end goal, or process? I'm going to try to be as specific and measurable as possible, remember? For me, I want a computer data logging pH meter that logs the water pH of my system every 15 minutes, stores it in a text file, and plots it over time automatically so I can see the change in pH over time. Oh, I also want to be able to see the pH every time I go to my system. And I want this functional within 6 months. So, was that clear enough? Did I have some measurable results in there that another person could say I achieved? I say yes, but reflect for a second for yourself to see if you agree. Okay, second question. Why do I want it? What is my purpose for going after this goal or starting this project? I want this pH data logging system so I can go in real time and see my pH anytime I'd like, but more importantly, so I can see what different activities I do have on the water pH. For example, when I harvest a lot of greens, what happens to the pH? When I plant, transplant, clean up, or replace parts, what happens to the pH? Achieving this goal would give me pleasure. I would feel happy, pleased. I would be able to see the impact certain activities have on my system and fish. It will make me feel glad to know that I'm on and able to measure the impact on my fish and their well-being. Oh, and it's just good nerd fun to build and make the stuff, so it's extra bonus fun points to me. Okay, final question. How many ways can I get it? I'll be honest, I haven't done much, actually any research here, so I don't even really know what's possible or available. But I think I could just buy a system off the shelf. That's an option. I could outsource it. I could just tell someone I want and have them buy it or make it and exclude me. I could work with someone else as a complementary project, such as I provide the money and they provide the equipment and or know how to get it all together. I could approach a college student looking for some extra work, experience, and money who is majoring in chemistry or related science that uses pH meters and data loggers. I could also ask some follow-up questions to myself or others to flesh this idea out more and see where it takes me. Questions like, am I missing something obvious here? What would make this better? How could I take this up a level? If I get stuck, who can I ask for help? Where can I go to get it? Take a breath. I know I need to, but I feel a lot better about going after this pH data logging project now that I've just asked and answered these 3 questions with you. You see, it doesn't have to be perfect. When I listen to this recording, I'm probably going to think there was something wrong with my thinking for missing the, quote, obvious part that I didn't think of right now. But that's okay, because now I have a direction and a clear reason for why I want it, and all those changes in approach are good. It means I'm staying flexible and looking out for the best way to reach my end goal. So that was kind of a crash course, right? I know I tossed a lot at you this way this time, but I hope there's been a few golden nuggets you can walk away with. If nothing else, I hope you remember to at least ask yourself 3 simple questions before you get started on your aquaponic project. What? Why? How? Questions! Let me have them. Do you need clarification, more information, or maybe you just have a tangent thought? Send all your thoughts my way. See the website fishgrowplants.com for episode details, or just firing off an email to fishgrowplants@loganschoolcraft.com and I'll get back to you. So, was this episode good, bad, ugly, or other? Let me know. Comment, email, smoke signals, it doesn't matter. I love to hear from you. Your feedback is immense and I'm always grateful for it. Likewise, thank you for taking the time to listen and share your thoughts. Have a wonderful day.
This has been another episode of Fish Grow Plants, the podcast all about practicing and sharing the love of aquaponics, hosted by Logan Schoolcraft.